Okay, so we're going to go on with Alma chapter 59.
Now it came to pass in the 30th year of the reign of the judges over the people of Nephi, after Moroni had received and had read Helaman's epistle, he was exceedingly rejoiced because of the welfare, yea, the exceeding success which Helaman had had in obtaining those lands which were lost. Yea, and he did make it known unto all his people, and all the land round about in that part where he was, that they might rejoice also.
We've just completed going through the letter of Helaman over the last several chapters, detailing what happened in regaining many of the lands that the Lamanites had taken, or all the lands, all the cities. And so now it says Moroni received the letter, and what was Moroni's reaction when he read the letter? He says he rejoiced, okay? But yeah, it's great, all right? The success, we lost the cities and now we got them back, right? And in fact, it says so much so were they excited that it says he made it known to all the people, all right? So they passed the word around, so whether I don't know if they're able to make copies of the letter or at least pass the news, but they let everybody know this is a great thing. This is a great victory for the Nephite nation. And so let's tell you what Helaman did with his army and with the 2,060 young men and so forth. I'm sure they all were excited to hear this particular story, especially if it ended in success for their people. It's always good to have good news to pass around there.
And it came to pass that he immediately sent an epistle to Pahoran, desiring that he should cause men to be gathered together to strengthen Helaman, or the armies of Helaman, insomuch that he might with ease maintain that part of the land which he had been so miraculously prospered in regaining. And it came to pass, when Moroni had sent this epistle to the land of Zarahemla, he began again to lay a plan that he might obtain the remainder of those possessions and cities which the Lamanites had taken from them. And it came to pass that while Moroni was thus making preparations to go against the Lamanites to battle, behold, the people of Nephihah, who were gathered together from the city of Moroni, and the city of Lehi, and the city of Morianton, were attacked by the Lamanites.
Right, Pahoran was the chief judge, or we also used the word governor before. Right, so he was the guy who they were trying to contact originally. That Helaman had contacted him and said, send help, and they weren't really getting much help. Well, now Moroni, after reading this report, says, hey, they need help. So now he contacted Pahoran himself, right? So he sent an epistle as a desire they should cause men to be gathered together to send over to Helaman and his army, because they need the help in maintaining these cities, right? So it says he sent that off and said, okay, now we need to just make a plan to help defend the cities that we have, and hoping that we're going to get some help in this, but regardless, we need a plan to maintain these cities, right? But even while that plan was being laid out, you can see already the Lamanites are attacking again in verse 5. It says that the people of Nephihah, this is who were gathered together from some of the different cities, it says they were attacked by the Lamanites, so they already were being attacked. So here, it's not an idle worry to say, well, they're going to try to take the cities back, because it's already happening, right? They're already trying to now regain the cities that were just taken back from them when the ones they took from the Nephites originally.
Yea, even those who had been compelled to flee from the land of Manti and from the land round about had come over and joined the Lamanites in this part of the land. And thus being exceeding numerous, yea, and receiving strength from day to day, by the command of Ammoron, they came forth against the people of Nephihah, and they began to slay them with an exceeding great slaughter. And their armies were so numerous that the remainder of the people of Nephihah were obliged to flee before them, and they came even and joined the army of Moroni.
In 6 it says, those who had been compelled to flee from the land of Manti, which would have been the women and children and whatever of the men were there, says they came over and joined the Lamanites in this part of the land and were ready to join in with this new effort. And as was said, that I'm sure they told them, hey, the army's pretty thin right now, so now would be a good time to attack, because they're not able to defend all these cities that they've taken. So yeah, we can gang up on one city and get it back. And so that's what they were doing, right? So as you can see, it says in 7, thus being exceeding numerous, receiving strength from Ammoron and the Lamanites, as they came forth against the people of Nephihah and began to slay them with exceeding great slaughter, right? And so now they're able to take back this particular city of Nephihah. See, back and forth they go. All right, so they were able to do this because it was not that well defended. They were able to react quickly before the Nephite army could come and fortify these cities.
And now as Moroni had supposed that there should be men sent to the city of Nephihah to the assistance of the people to maintain that city, and knowing that it was easier to keep the city from falling into the hands of the Lamanites than to retake it from them, he supposed that they would easily maintain that city. Therefore he retained all his force to maintain those places which he had recovered.
Now, what was Moroni assuming about the city of Nephihah? He thought it would be able to be maintained, and why he wrote to Pahoran and said they needed help, so he assumed that they were going to get help. So he said, I guess the city of Nephihah must have been close by, that would have been the place that they were going to send the help. So it says Moroni concentrated his forces elsewhere in 10. It says he retained all his force to maintain all the places which we just recovered. In the city of Nephihah, Pahoran will send reinforcements and they'll take care of that. All right, but since I guess no reinforcements were sent, so now the Lamanites were able to take that city back.
And now when Moroni saw that the city of Nephihah was lost, he was exceeding sorrowful, and began to doubt because of the wickedness of the people, whether they should not fall into the hands of their brethren. Now this was the case with all his chief captains. They doubted and marveled also because of the wickedness of the people, and this because of the success of the Lamanites over them. And it came to pass that Moroni was angry with the government because of their indifference concerning the freedom of their country.
So as you can see in 11, it says when Moroni saw that the city of Nephihah was lost, he said he wasn't too happy about that, right? Because he said, hey, we just went and captured all these other cities back. We've got a small army protecting each one of them, and when we asked you, the government, to supply us people to take care of this one, and we got nothing, and now we lost that city again. So here we're doing the best we can to maintain our cities, and you're not helping. And so as you can see, it says he was exceedingly sorrowful. He says he began to doubt whether this is really going to be successful, because hey, our army's pretty small now, so if you're not going to help us, we're not going to be able to maintain this for very long. And so just the same way they picked off that city, they'll go through all the cities just like that. It says that he was doubting whether they can get support, so the chief captains are doubting it. So they're saying, well, we don't think we're going to get much help here. So that's why it says in 13, Moroni was angry with the government because their indifference concerning the freedom of their country. You can imagine what they're saying. It says, we're taking on a noble cause here, trying to protect our country, and you're not helping, right? We're asking for just for you to send us more men, and we got nothing. And now we're starting to lose because you're not helping us. So without the ability to reach out directly and talk to the governor, he's not feeling too good about the support that he's getting or not getting right now.